concept, how you able to integrate that or incorporate that with your present or current system. This is an agent or intelligent agent in artificial intelligence with problem formulation. Okay, so the learning objectives today is all about describing the such elements. By the way, when we say artificial intelligence system is composed of two factors. We have an agent and its environment. Okay? So dalawang factor yan napapalooban ng artificial intelligence system. The agents, if we try to differentiate the two, the agent act as a mediator for information in their environment. Whereas in the environment, an environment per se can consist of multiple agents. So yun yung nasa scenario niya, yung buong relationship ng dalawa. Okay? Sa artificial intelligence, we can say that it represents such dynamic entities. So it not only concerns on the rule, but also the logical type and the motions and the process, the programs, and the combination of testings, simulations, everything. So it interacts with the environment actually in order to achieve a specific goals. So that we as humans, we can have a support from them that human made, having an intelligent agents that is embedded on them, and they are therefore pivotal in simulating human-like decision making and problem-solving capabilities as well across various applications. Okay? Marami yon. So, umpisa natin sa siguro from the autonomous vehicles, for example, navigating the city streets, chatbots, assisting users online, and that is basically what is happening right now in social media. Okay, understanding the architecture and behavior and classifications of agents unveils or showing out the core principles driving achievements in the artificial intelligence and shaping our future interactions with technology. So here are what I have mentioned a while ago, the objectives that we should uh, uh, discussing about regarding the entire meaning, the description of the agent function, the types of agents that we have to identify, and the problem formulations that we are going to demonstrate. First, we define what is agent. The agent or an agent is an autonomous entity, meaning it could be anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through sensors, through actuators. Actuators are acting on which it acts in the environment thoroughly, from where it points out yung tinasabing galaw ng mga bagay. Okay? So the context behind nung AI na to ay mga physical entities yan sa agents such as robots, or purely software-based like virtual assistants, mga nagagamit ng ilan. The concept of agents on here is inspired by idea that the agent acts as independent, rationally in act to interact with its environment. So that is precisely what is agent intended for. Perceives its environment, process information, and takes action to achieve specific goals or tasks. All right. Okay. It could have several uh, links that in order to an agent be uh, viable to any users to the environment. Unang-una yung tinatawag na human agent. And besides, no, pag yan ay na-implement, so therefore, maganda ang dating ng ating artificial intelligence machine. Notice the word sensors and actuators. Basically, they are the input devices and output devices na ikino-connect natin sa machine. Kung human agent siya, so therefore the AI has eyes and ears and other organs. That is the input. Or it could have hands, legs, mouth, or other body parts as a output device. If it is a robotic agent, therefore you can use cameras, infrared range finders as your input, or any kind of motors uh, in order to actuate yung performance ng robots, I mean. Software agent in that case will be a matter also if it has a way to command using keystrokes or file content, that is basically the input. For the output, definitely we need files or display on the screen. So lahat yan ay napapaluban as agent. May mga components yan na gaya na nabanggit natin kanina sa loob, yung sensors, actuators, and the other one is what we call effectors. Sensors, it is a device that can detect the change in an environment. Take note the word environment. And send the information to other devices in the environment. An agent observes its surroundings with the help of sensors. Okay? To the actuators, once the information has been done and given, they are to convert the energy into motions. Doon niya palang kikilos yung kanyang uh, nasagap na information. Responsible for moving and controlling a system and can be in the form of electric motors, or it could be in a gear or rail or something else. All right. So basically, that is the actuators do. The effectors naman ay yung from the word itself, effect. Okay, the word describes effect. So the agent can perform any action, and they can be in the form of legs, wheels, arms, display screen, and whatever. Others alike. So as you can see, it talks about the relationship of these agent components through the environment. The environment itself is not just trees, not just people, not just places, but of course, these are clearly an environment for the computer-based operations. They are actually in a limited number of distinct and distinct states. Ang tawag natin doon ay, o tinatawag siyang discrete environment. Pag very limited yung number na ginagamit sa situation or scenario or condition. Example, yung chess, di ba? Pag hindi naman siya limited, talagang all through yung accessibility ng number of uses, it is called continuous environment. Just like driving. Okay? Ito naman ay meron mang environment na hindi nag-undergo sa palitan or changes. Definitely, this agent is working in a static environment. Kung hindi naman siya nag-undergo for changes, that is basically a dynamic one. So, dalawang uh, comparisons. Dynamic environment, static environment. We also can describe environment in a way that it has multiple agents na kinoconsist. It may or may not be of the same kind, but it could have a possibility to be included in the environment. Environment is accessible to agent. Take note. If the sensory apparatus of the agent can access the complete state, then that is much better. If the next state of the environment is completely determined by the current state and the actions of that agent, then the environment is deterministic. Otherwise, non-deterministic. So, ganun lang yan. Kaya, pag meron ka mang environment na hindi na kailangan mag-isip, no? In ahead of time for its action. And ang tawag doon ay episodic environment. So how many environments that I have mentioned a while ago? Meron tayong discrete environment, we have the continuous environment, we have static and dynamic environment. We also have a uh, uh, complete environment, non-complete environment. We have deterministic environment and non-deterministic environment. So basically, those are we have to look upon when we are encountering AI with a high standard uh, developments on voice and speech and everything. Then what else? The function, by the way. The function maps from per set histories to actions. Parang ganito lang yan. Yung second statement, sabi niya, the agent program runs on the physical architecture to produce F. And what is that F? Function. So in order to do that, you have to combine the architecture and the agent program so that you can have entirely the so-called intelligent agent will be materialized or will be a useful one. Okay? So how does it work? How does this agent work? By perceiving its environment through sensors, processing that information internally, and then taking those actions to achieve specific goals. So starting from perceiving the environment, the perception of that agent receives input from its environment, correct? Through sensors. And these sensors can vary widely depending on the application, such as cameras for visual data, microphones for audio, each time mayroon na siyang gagawa na decision. So, interpreting the data, i-convert niya yung raw sensor data into format so that the agent can understand and manipulate. So, pag dumaan na sa making sa decisions, so marami na namang factors yan o techniques na gagawin. Maaring ito yung decision through machine learning, logic-based reasoning, or yung data niya, it could be done in a neural networks in order to analyze the interpreted data and make decisions. So that is actually how the how these properties of words are being done. Ang magiging action na lang yan, yung planning and executing. So based on the decision-making process, based on the analysis process, the agent selects actions to perform based from the algorithm. So yung actions na yon are chosen to achieve specific goals, to achieve objectives set for the input. Yung action kasi meron siyang range from simple commands. Pag simple commands, yan yung galaw ng kamay, yung galaw ng kamay ng robot o galaw ng ulo ng robot, galaw ng legs ng robot, galaw ng katawan ng robot, galaw ng program ng robot na hindi mechanical. Okay? So from that simple commands, nagiging pumupunta sa complex sequences. So nakaka-navigate na yung pagkilos ng kamay ng robot at nakaka-response siya sa mga inquiry or query ng user. Okay? Just like visual assistant or virtual assistant, I mean. So saka pa lamang yan, papasok doon sa learning and improvement. May feedback na naglululok. Okay? After taking some actions, the agent receives feedback, replies from the environment through sensors again. These feedbacks helps the agent adjust to the future actions, improving its performance over time until such time it will be learned and adopted. Okay? The goal achievement there happens through the process. Exactly. And throughout that process, the agents targeting the objective to achieve the predefined goals. Those goals could be set by programmers or by autonomously learned people through interaction with the environment. So yan yung nagagawa niya exactly sa loob. And by the way, once we've learned that, you'll be able to know to uh, experience on notice yung reaction. Kagaya nitong vacuum cleaner, bro. Ang pwede niyang gawin ay mag-percept at mag-take ng actions. Location, content, kung meron bang sa option sequence niya ay merong dapat una, okay, clean, and find out there is dust or dirty uh, area. So yun basically ang gagawin ni a vacuum. Nakatutok lang yung kanyang program para do sa mga may kalat at dumi o alikabok, di ba? Ang gagawin niya, the machine or the AI or the intelligence agent machine can round left, can move to the right, and hihigupin niya na yung mga kailangang higupin na na-identify niya. It will suck. Or, no operation at all. So, ganun lang, di ba? So, in your cases, in your plottings, aalamin niyo yung testing, yung kumbaga may tabulation kayo kung ano yung kinikilos, yung functionality ng isang sistema. Nakuha niyo 'yon? O kung may case study, so yun yung dapat naka-implement doon sa isang model nyo with having a capability of artificial intelligence. Okay? Meron ba pumapasok sa atin? Wala naman. Okay. Going back. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng expiration ng time natin, kagamit tayo ng ibang link, no? Para ma-continue lang natin yung ating discussion. Okay, moving forward. So that is what the example does when we have an AI machine. A machine that has the capability to recognize uh, and reacts as well. We have several types of agent and we have already discussed this, but we have to, sabi ko nga, we have to set ourselves in that foundation para alam natin kung saan tayo nabibilang o saan tayo uh, napapailalim. We have simple reflex, model-based reflex, goal-based, utility-based, and learning agent. Learning agent is what we have discussed last time. So, i-skip ko yan. Pero dito muna tayo sa simple reflex. The simple reflex is an agent among the types considered as the simplest among the form of agents. They make decisions based on the current percepts and ignore the rest of the percept history. So, nakikita nyo yung reaction niya from the percept may sensors. So, observe niya muna yung world. Saka siya namimili kung anong action. After the chance of choosing an action, it will implement the action until it is done. With regards to the problems, if environment is not fully observable, therefore, that is the nature. It depends on the performance matrix. And if it depends on that performance matrix, it may be inefficient. They function or they can only be successful in a fully observable environment. They can fully function on the condition rule, action rule. Notice yung condition action rules, which means it maps the current state to action. Example, yung room cleaner. So, ang gagawin lang niya ay hanapin sa kwarto yung mga marurumi. Kung merong marumi, yun lang gagawin niya. Ang problem lang sa simple reflex agent, pag na-encounter niya na yung very complex yung query ni user. So meron lang siyang limited intelligence. Okay? The simple reflex agent does not have knowledge of non-perpetual parts. Non-perpetual parts na current. Yung talagang designated na in nature yung ginagamit ng nasa environment. They are mostly too big to generate and store. They are not adaptive to the changes in the environment. That is simple reflex agent. Hindi sila adaptive to the changes. Sa kanila lang, pag once na receive nila yung information, then that it. That's it. Tuloy-tuloy na lang yan in a simplest form. While the other one, before I mention the second one, this how the action results been acted upon. So the method, if we have that simple reflex agents as our percept, it will return an action if in case a need to return an action. Static such as rules, okay, the action rules, pagdating yan sa processing, meron na siyang interpretation, meron na siyang conditional, yung rule match, until finally kung okay na, then that rule match will be taken into action. So the return is action. Interpret input generates a abstracted description of the current state. Rule match, the rule base, returns a rule that matches with the current state. Rule action, which is the frame base, the frame rule, it returns an action that matches to the rule. So, very limited talaga yung intelligence ng simple reflex agent. Lack of full observability. It corrects decision, and I mean, to correct the decision, it can be made if the environment is fully observable. Eh, hindi siya ganoon eh. Kagaya na if the automated taxi driver, on that case, we call that automated taxi driver as a simple reflex agent. Why? Pag nasa likod ng kotse ay ginamitan ng brake, that is precisely. How about kung hindi nag-work? So never brake at all. How about hindi na uh, necessaryong gamitin? So it's a case-to-case basis when it comes to automating uh, a driving element, di ba? In a vacuum cleaner na kaninang sample natin, it would only have a direct command to find the dirt, to find the dust, not as a location sensor. There are two percepts na ginagawa ni vacuum cleaner, and that is to find the dust and clean all the dust. It cannot move left or right because yung machine naman niya ay limited din. Diba? The second one is what we call the model-based reflex agent. In this agent, it is responsible or they are responsible for dealing with partial accessibility. So this goal can be achieved by keeping the track of the current visible world, and for executing it, these agents find a rule whose condition matches the current situation and then work. They can handle partially observable environments with the help of a model about the world. It keeps an internal state. Take note, updating internal state information on how the world evolves independently on the agent, on how the agent's own actions affect the world, especially the model of the world. Alright, nakuha? So, yan yung trabaho ni model-based agent. So, nakabase lang dun sa model talaga. Pero kung ibabase natin yung ating agent for a certain goal, combination with the model base, precisely you have a good one. this agent in the goal-based type, uh, they make decisions based on how far they are currently from their set goal. Their action also intended to reduce the distance between the current position and the goal. In other words, inaalaw ng agent na mamili ng gagalawin o ikikilos niya na siya rin yung kanyang dapat matarget din o maabot. Kahit anong bilang pa yan ng possible actions, yun ang requirement. The knowledge that supports its decisions is represented explicitly. Okay, may rule and can be modified, which makes these agents more flexible. Otherwise, if it is implicit, therefore, ano na, kahit ano lang yan, pwede na. Okay? So, hanggang masira yung sistema, no? We are requiring an explicit component, content for our model, for our intelligent agent, especially for the machines that we have right now and the programs that we are having right now. They require also searching and planning, okay, based dun sa trabaho ni AI. And their behavior can be easily changed. That is the goal. Ang goal ay pwedeng mabago. Ang goal ay pwedeng mag-iba ng target based from the desired uh, acceptance of the scenarios. Okay. Any questions so far, class, on this type? We have two more, but I have wanted to close this on the last part because we already tackled the learning agent and yung isa sa mga type pa niya na tinatawag yung utility-based agent. This agent helps the machines to lay the high quality state. So in other words, once na-aim niya na mapili niya na yung action na yun, it will lead down to the high quality state. And in order to achieve this, it needs a model to its environment. Without that, therefore, there is no room for the utility base. Whether it be simple or complex, kahit model mo ay needs to have a, a, a content or high quality in a high quality state. It should be that one of the possible requirements. It also evaluates the expected utility of each possible outcome based on the probability, based on the probability distribution, based on the probability that the utility work on or functionally. Finally, it also selects the action with the highest expected utility and repeats this process in each time step. So not in a manner of redundancy, but in a manner of scenarios. It cycles upon. So notice how the works of these sensors based from the state, and the state will notify or make a certain decision making so that pag once na-establish na yon, it will be turned into action. Utility will help to that actions to be done uh, in a current manner, in a way that it is needed. So actuators now will be now turned to the environment. So nakikita na ngayon, magre-reflect na ngayon yan mabilis, lalo mabilis. Then we go to for problem formulation. By the way, do you have any questions for the last uh, part ng ating diniscuss regarding the types of agents? Any questions, guys? Or no? Okay. Kuha ba, guys? Are we clear on this? That we need those agents when it comes to implementing a, a program having these capabilities. As at least you know, no, kung saan mo i-base yung program mo with that capability. Okay. When it comes to problem formulation, therefore, have to identify the problem solving, the problem, then formulate on those problems. Kung may main problem, mayroon din main solution. Kung may main solution, may main problem, may main solution. Kung mayroong uh, problem, meron din tayong sub-solutions. So you have to set your formulations in a way or in a manner of initial state, successor function, goal test, and path course. Example of this, okay, tipay muna pala natin. What is exactly a problem solving? A problem solving is a process of generating solution. Generating solution, okay, take note. Generating solutions from observed data. So may naroon kang narrative, you already collected the data, that is precisely what you will do. Process them with your solutions in algorithm, through algorithm. Problems is characterized by three, namely set of goals, set of objects, set of operations. Okay? The method of that solving a certain problem using or through AI involves the following process: the process of defining the search space, the process of deciding the start and goal states, and the process of finding the path from start to goal state or start state to goal state through search space. Okay? Do not hesitate or do not be a lukewarm if in case that you are not acquiring the total answer to the scenario, and that means you are not competitive. Now, in order for you to be competitive, you have to take a time and a desire to uh, make your design, so make your architecture be workable. Okay ba yun? And another thing, when we define problem solving, if there is a presence of search space or problem space, take note, those space is actually called as an object space, which has all valid states that can be generated by the application of any combination of operators or objects. Problem space can have only one or have one, not only, but have one or more solutions. That is your algorithm, finding solutions, expecting the behavior of your computer will work efficiently and effectively. Solution is a combination of objects and operations that achieve goals. Solution goals. Okay, problem scopes, problem limitations, problem defined well all the variables needed. Okay, so na-define na natin yung problem para sa gagawing problem solving. The next step will be the next step will be search in case there is a need to acquire more. Then search space. Search of solution in a problem space. The difference between this so-called space is determining the actions taken in a goal-based agent or in a problem-solving agent. Yung planning agents natin, so we have 15 minutes guys. Uh, Siguro bibigyan ko kayo ng another link para hindi tayo napuputol nito kasi pabigla-bigla itong lumilitaw eh. Off muna tayo sa presentation class. Bibigyan ko kayo ng bagong link. Sandali lang. Ilalagay ko rito sa chat para dito ko napuntahan doon sa GC natin. Ito yung bagong link. Paki-click lang muna doon para pagkalabas dito ay may i-click nyo na kagad. Okay, ito yon sa chat. Tingnan nyo sa chat, then copy it and paste it on your browser. Okay. Wala yung 2D ah. Yun lang yung may link na yan. Yun lang ang gagamitin nyo. Stop ko muna yung presentation, then we go back na for that instance, like the utility, mas maigi na nako-conform nyo yung sarili nyo sa mga programs nyo, applications nyo, we having this kind of agents so kasakali man. Goal-based goal from the word goal ay may target, may objectives. And that is what also named as planning agents. All right. So the problem solving begins with the definition of the problems and their solutions. Kaya ng case study nyo guys sa akin, take note. Okay, problem solving begins with the definition of the problems and their solutions. Kung meron kayong main problem or meron ding main solution, it could be one or two, but problem should be designated as one focus. Okay? If there are several problems, you have also several solutions. Hindi dalawa. Let's say 5 problems, 5 solutions. Doon mo ngayon i-extract doon sa solution na yun kung meron siya mga components na dapat i-derive at gagamitin. When you on that purpose, we can use those problems by implementing a certain methodology, general purpose search algorithms ang tawag doon. So we then describe that into that particular way, general purpose search algorithm, so that we can solve those problems. We also see the uninformed search problems such as yung mga hindi nabigyan ng emphasis yung problems, and that is uninformed search algorithms. Whereas in informed, on the other hand, can do quite well given some guidance on where to look for solutions. So, bigyan nyo lang ng o ng comparisons concerning on that scenarios. And what else? We also have to find a sequence of actions, and that is precisely the problem-solving agents. Example sa picture na naka-indicate, each node represents a city. City A, City C, okay? CTD, and CTE. So pag once you established a trouble to look upon, so yun yung nakakonect sa kanya. This is an example of undirected route or an edge connecting the nodes of those two cities. So si A ay meron siyang Edge kay B, kay C at kay D. Si C naman ay sa lahat. Okay? Si D naman ay kay C at kay A lang. Si D at doon din kay E. Ganon din naman si E kay D, kay C at kay B. So each of these nodes being connected to one another are your premises na pwede mong makita ang solutions o yung pwede mong gawan ng actions in order to achieve a certain goal. Alright? And achieving the certain goal, you have to formulate the content, kung ilan ba ang mas maliit, ilan ba yung pinakamalaki ang nagagamit. Ilan ba yung minor, ilan ba yung major problems. Alright? Yan yung mga certain areas of scope na pwede mong i-implement para mabilang mo kung ilan ang problema, ilan din yung dapat maging solutions mo doon sa mga problemang yan. By way of implementing the problem solution, you also involve yourselves to a goal formulation. So a goal formulation is a problem solving methodology that is all about having a goal you want to reach or having your goal to travel from node until to the last node. Your goal is supposedly to be a set of environment states in which that goal is satisfied. Kung dun lang, then that's it. Otherwise, it will be a problem. For a problem formulation, it's all about deciding what actions and states to consider, describing the states, city name, and where the city name is, the name of the city in which you are currently in, and that's it. You only to do the ca- the fact the determining factors, and that is through searching, taking the problem as an input, and then return the solution, and that solution found a certain sequences of actions. Ang tawag natin dyan entirely is an execution phase. Okay? Execution phase. Problem solving methodology. We desire to take everything in order to execute a certain machine or certain program. Okay? Lastly, in formulating the problems, it can be defined in four components: initial state, successor function, goal test, and pathcast. Okay? Kung sino yung malapit at sino yung pinakakaunti o malaki man yan, basta connected siya, yun lang yung trabaho ipo-focus ng problema mo, solution mo para sa problema. Initial state, successor state. So everything are being described here. I don't want to expound more. Okay? But anyway, since we have a lot of time, sabihin ko na rin, no? Para maabot natin yung 11:30 time. Pero around 11:30 5 11:30 will take a rest because I have to maintain myself in um, especially sa mga natin, no? Medyo kasi tuloy-tuloy yung ating ginagawang klase. So kailangan ko ng konting kahit papano pahinga. So initial state, specify one or more states. So kayong gumagawa ng solution sa mga problema. Hanapan nyo kung ano ilan yung possible situations o scenarios from which the problem solving process starts. Okay? Now, gano'n lang, pwede mo iset yung diagram mo into this manner. Successor function, a description of the possible actions available to the agent. It is common to describe to describe the problem by means of a successor function. Given state X, for example, then successor, then returns the set of ordered pairs. So in that scenario, meron kang action, meron kang successor na, di ba? So the action there is your legal action from the state X. The successor is a state in which we or you can be applying the action. The initial state and the successor function together define what is so-called state space, which is the set of all possible states reachable from the initial state. Okay, example, initiate A, then initiate B, then initiate C, and tuloy-tuloy. Okay? Then your goal test. You decide whether the current state is a goal state upon which the successor function is implemented. The path cost, okay, a function that assigns a numeric value to each path. Ten seconds, 15 seconds. Alright, going back, nagkaroon lang ako ng intermittent connection. Medyo nag-buffer yung connection. Do you guys hearing me right now? Am I audible? Okay, thank you. If I travel from A to E, so our agent will pass by many cities. The cost to travel between the two consecutive cities should have some cost measure. Example, traveling from A to B costs 20 kilometers. Kilometers pala yan. Hindi, yun yung problem, yung layo, no? Or it could be typed as the instance of C is in the A having 20 kilometers going to B. So, ganun yun, di ba? So, kung ikaw ay set ng iyong solution to the problem, meron kang mga conditional parts. So, gagawa mo ng gano'n ng scenario na mas malapit doon. Okay? Para at least nakikita mo kung ano yung mga butas, no? At hindi na masisilip yan. At meron kang nakahanda para dyan. A solution to a problem is path from the initial state to a goal state. And solution quality is measured by the path cost. And the optimal solution has the lowest path cost among all the possible solutions. Ilagay mo lang yung model mo dun sa loob ng formulation na yan. And then you'll have it and you will see how many problems that you have allocated and cited. Okay ba yun? So we are working professionally here on how we will do it in our cases, in our current cases. Okay, thank you guys for attending. For the last time, any questions so far? Medyo papahinga muna ako ah. Jamaica, pakibigyan nga ako ng listahan kasi hindi ko na masisilip doon sa ano, sa GC. Na umattend today. From letter A downward, yung mga name sila. Is Jamaica around? Hindi kita nakikita. Yung president nyo nandiyan dyan.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Pakibigyan
Yung
nga.
sa class list po ba?
Ah? Hindi
Class,
masus yung attendance list today.
okay po.
Hindi
I-save lang po sa group.
47 ka, hindi ko na maida ano mababrowse. Pakibigyan sa bigay sa akin. Thank you guys for attending ah. Thursday examination, online examination. Ang file na ma-receive nyo is an Excel file. Naka-macro yon, so all you have to do is to answer them wisely so that yung answer ninyo may reflect on the records hidden in that program. Yun na rin yung magiging scoring niya, no? Automatic pag once natapos niya yung application. Yung I mean yung sagutan yung nasa application na yun for your first preliminary first periodical exam, online exam. Okay ba guys? Diyan muna tayo, pahinga muna ako. Thank you very much again. Jamaica, tinan ko na lang sa GC yung listahan na.
Yes po, sir. Send ko na lang po.
Thank you everyone. Have a safe day. Huwag nyo i-bash yung ano yun? Sabi ni Ma'am Joy. Alam nyo ba yon? Yung BCP? Iwas kayo para hindi mag-karma sa atin. Okay. Bye everyone.